Hi, folks. Happy solstice. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Um, I'm trying a different room tonight because I had some internet connection issues last time. And so usually I speak with you from my converted garage, which is also where my choir rehearses. So tonight in the house. So welcome to my kitchen. Uh, you can see my housemate has a amazing green thumb, so just like living in a forest. She's a massage therapist, and so it's a very lovely environment. My cats have promised to be quiet during this, but I would not believe them on that. Hi, welcome, Alex. I know that you all are my people because I'm a super late night person, and I noticed that many of you have asked to join this group in the middle of the night. And when I have done my Facebook Lives in the later hours of the evening, see, I told you, this is Needles. Uh, there tends to be more people joining. So thanks for being here, Alex. So as I promised last weekend, I wanted to talk a little bit tonight about um, the solitary nature of being a gender creative person in contemporary society, because this always comes up as a theme in the healing work that I do with trans and non-binary and genderqueer clients. So I'm not sure if you saw the study that was released today by a researcher at UC San Diego about loneliness. And what he found was that a whopping 76% of his 340 research participants reported moderate to severe levels of loneliness. Wow. So in the US, contemporary society, then loneliness has reached what researchers consider to be epidemic levels. And this is not terribly surprising given the ways that white middle class mainstream American society is really fundamentally based on disconnection, disconnection from the earth, disconnection from ourselves, disconnection from one another. And so, as I mentioned previously, all of Western society is really organized around this idea that we are fundamentally separate, fundamentally fragile individuals competing with one another for our survival. But being a gender creative person in society is really an exacerbated version of this. And so not only is it easy to feel embattled and to feel like your society and others are against you, but our life is pretty significantly different from those around us. And so we're not going to have a lot of reference points for our journey. We're probably not going to have a lot of support because most people simply won't have the tools to be able to help us, even if they wanted to. And we're not going to have an easy time finding peers. So I don't know about you all, but I actually grew up without a peer group because those were organized according to gender. And so, I had my friends who were girls and I had my friends who were boys, and I was just always something else. And so teachers actually were the closest thing I had to peers. And so it's not surprising that I ended up becoming a teacher myself. So you may have found this for yourself, but I always feel like for myself that because of the breadth of my life experience from living as multiple selves, that I feel like I'm able to connect in some way with most every person that I meet. And so I have some area of overlap with them that allows me to empathize with some aspect of their experience or to understand something about their life journey. But almost no one is able to relate to me because my life path has been so unique and so idiosyncratic. And I'll be honest that I oftentimes feel the same way, even in trans communities, because my own understanding of what it means to be trans is frequently quite different than what is talked about within trans communities. And so I used to feel this way a lot as a non-binary person because when I came out as trans, being trans really was conceived of as primarily a medical journey into assimilation. And that just wasn't my path. And so much of that has changed now, but there are still, hierarchies and dominant understandings within trans communities that feel very alienating to me. And so I'm not talking about, ordinary loneliness that everyone feels from time to time. I'm talking about fundamentally feeling alone in life. And so what does that look like for you? How does that impact how you feel when you wake up in the morning? Does getting through the day feel like walking through concrete sometimes? There are so many stresses and challenges that present themselves just over the course of one day. So I'm thinking about the fatigue from the emotional stress of a gender creative person in the world. Do I really have the energy today to deal with people misgendering me, having to continually explain myself to people who just don't get it, knowing that not only will there likely be continual challenges, but I will likely be dealing with them all on my own. And so how does this impact your ability to form relationships, both friendships as well as romantic relationships? So I'm thinking about the guardedness that comes from the legacy of hurtful experiences that we've had and how that can impact intimacy. Have people maybe told you that you have walls that make it hard to get close to you? Have you been rejected so many times that you find yourself unconsciously expecting to be rejected, maybe sadly creating a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy? When you go to others for help, do you often end up helping them and walking away feeling drained and still unhelped? Do you feel exhausted from feeling like you have to do it all on your own? And how does this impact your physical health? So I'm thinking, do you maybe grind your teeth or have jaw pain because of continual frustration that you feel over how you're treated in life? Do you maybe have back problems from prolonged feelings of lack of support that you felt? Do you maybe have digestion issues due to not feeling safe enough to really relax? And so there are many things about the world that, we just can't change, but we can change the impact that those things have on us, those everyday stressors. And, this can result not only in more stable, peaceful, satisfying lives for us individually, but also, the less that we are bounced around by those stresses of everyday life, then the more we are able to access our own power and leadership, and the more that we are able to change the world around us. And not only for our own benefit, but also for all of those who come along after us. And so if anything that I've shared tonight resonates with you, and I see we have Michael and Joy also joining us. So hi, welcome, other late night people. If anything resonates with you, then post about it in our group or send me a private message. Which reminds me, I was contacted by someone today who was having trouble posting in our group, in particular the Friday wins. And so first of all, I'll say congratulations, Aaron, on your win. That is very exciting. Congratulations for stepping out and for sharing your message. And what an important message. And I'm so glad that it was well received. So this person was wanting to post their win and was able to like the post, but was not able to comment on it. And so I'm wondering if other folks are also having similar problems. If so, let me know. And if you know a lot about Facebook and you have some ideas about why this is happening for this one particular person, then please let me know that too, so that I can fix it. Hey, Aaron, welcome. I was just congratulating you. So since we are coming up on the end of the year, I'd really like to invite all of us to contemplate, who we were and what we wanted and where we were in life at the beginning of 2018, and then who we are and what we want and where we are in life and where we're going here now at the end of 2018. And so I'll put an official post about that in the group to invite people to share their year-end reflections, but be thinking about that in the meantime. So I don't know if there's any questions or anything that anybody wants to say who has joined. I'll give you a moment for that. Otherwise, I'll just say enjoy the rest of your weekend. We just had some snow here today, and I look forward to checking in again with you in a couple of days. Okay, bye from me and Needles, and he was here making mischief, but fortunately off the camera. So welcome to my family, and I'll talk to you again sometime soon.